Parashat Nitzavim describes the interesting process of tshuva. Of course, as we would always think, there's the inner desire to do tshuva that comes from ourselves, which the Pasuk describes that we come back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But later on, in that same paragraph, the Torah describes that Hashem will return with us. What does this mean? How is Hashem involved in tshuva in the sense that He comes back with us? Isn't tshuva just from us? So there's also another pasuk in that whole paragraph. Umal Hashem elokechos levavcha v'zevav zarecha. Of course, this pasuk is very familiar to us. We say it every day in Slichos. What exactly does it mean? The Ibn Ezra has a beautiful interpretation that when it comes to tshuva obviously has the inner ratzon that we have, our desire to do tshuva, but it's not done. The tshuva isn't just us. We need HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help us. And how does Hashem help us? Umal Hashem elokechos levavcha. Hashem gives our hearts a bris milah. He circumcises our hearts. What does that mean? What does it mean that He circumcises our hearts? So just like in a bris milah, we remove the foreskin from the baby, we remove the thing that is matameh the baby, so too by tshuva, we could have the Yetzer Hara. And the Yetzer Hara is causing a lot of problems. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and He gives a bris milah to the Yetzer Hara. And therefore our hearts are completely freed of the Yetzer Hara. They're freed of any bad influences, and our heart has the sky. There's no limit to it. You could just you could do as much tshuva as possible. You could reach incredible heights because there's no Yetzer Hara. Umal Hashem elokechos levavcha, that Hashem will give a bris milah to our hearts in order that we can complete the process of tshuva and have a complete and showing tshuva. To add on to this idea about Rosh Hashanah, the time period that we're in Chodesh Elul, that makes so much sense to have Parashat Nitzavim right here, Parashat Nitzavim right before we reach Rosh Hashanah, to tell us how to do tshuva in the right way. That tshuva comes from our inner desire, but also with Hashem doing tshuva with us by circumcising our hearts to make sure that there's no impediments to our tshuva. And that way, we can come into Rosh Hashanah with the best tshuva possible. But not only that, it's also a perspective that sometimes you think that in life you'll be in a bad situation and you're going to be down wrong, but you think that there's no hope. You have yeush, that there's no way out of it. Comes Hashem is shaved with us, and Hashem also gives a bris milah. Not only is Hashem there with us, not only is He coming with us as we return back to where we need to be, but He makes it easier for us. He gets rid of all the impediments, all the blockages, to make sure that our life can be lived out in the best possible way, with avodas Hashem being at the heights and everything being in the best way possible. So therefore, take this idea of tshuva not only just for Rosh Hashanah, of course, to have a shalom tshuva, but also as a perspective for life, to make sure that you never lose hope and that Hashem is always with you, and Hashem will make it easier in every situation to get back on top. Have a good Shabbos.